This is a video of me playing Minecraft. I wanted to make a video about Minecraft because for some reason I really love Minecraft, and I know a lot of other people love Minecraft, and I watch a lot of videos, very long videos, often of people playing Minecraft. So I thought, how different can I really be from anyone else? And I think what I like about it, I know I like sandbox games, and I know a lot of other people like Minecraft because it's a sandbox game. Getting really overwhelmed by the speed of it, but this is the best thing that I came up with because I tried to edit it and it didn't go very well. I just wanted to make this video, and I wanted it to be good. I thought it would be good, but I started it and I realized that it was not going to be good. But I think it's time to make a video about Minecraft, so I'm gonna make it, and this is gonna be the bad one, and then I'm gonna make another one, and that one's gonna be the good one. But I think it's time to do it. I was recording another world that I made, and there's a lot of exploration because I've played a lot of times, and so I kind of have more planning for the late game and the early phases than I used to. I know that's also because of more prefrontal cortex development. I'm not as impatient to start building a house and everything, but I think it's actually really detrimental because now when I start trying to build a house, I get really anxious about it. And here I'm climbing a mountain. It's just the speed is in the video, you can see that my actual eye line is very chaotic sometimes. And honestly, I think it's an autism thing, partially, because I think a lot of the time what I'm looking at is not actually in the center of the screen. And then also, I think one of the things that I was thinking about in terms of why I like Minecraft was that it quickens the speed of everything. Like, real life makes you have to wait a long time, and Minecraft maintains that sort of illusion of speed. The little jumps, so cute. While not actually, I put the crafting table in my crafting. That's great. I realized, while watching myself, that I'm not actually very good at playing Minecraft, which is humbling. Later on in this video, things get a little better, I think, in terms of... I blame it a lot on the fact that I have a cold right now. I'm mostly doing this because I have a cold right now. I should really be trying to find a job, but it is what it is. So my brain's kind of at 50%. Here's the point at which I was thinking, oh, should I turn my render distance higher? But the PC was crashing. I don't know why. The first time I filmed, no problems. The second time, the frame rate was just, everything was lagging. It abysmal. But I think, it adds to the charm. Like, there's something very ethereal about seeing a giant mountain range suddenly appear in front of you. Like a sort of visual admission that what you're seeing is code. I used to hate killing Minecraft animals, but I love it now. I think, obviously they are not real, but in a sense they are real. Like, they do exist as a piece of code that has reactive behaviors. And I think that it does reflect sort of honest relationship. I think you discover a lot about yourself playing Minecraft because it is so realistic in some senses, that it has sort of all the facets of human relation and human interaction. I was thinking about editing out the crafting bits, but just any break in continuity really was not what I wanted, because I think it is such a feeling of causality to Minecraft, that you're doing something so you can do something else, so you can do something else, so you can do something else. But where in life there is a feeling of some sort of terminal goal, I think Minecraft, you quickly realize that there is no terminal goal, and that every instrumental goal... Sorry, I love, like, the running around on the plains is this... and the chickens in the grass. This was actually, I was playing this and I was like, this is the best part. Like, I love that it's so immersive to see them amidst the grass. I'm really hunting. And then here I'm hunting for the furnace because I placed it down in an absolutely innocuous place. There's no way that I'm really bad at finding things in Minecraft, and I thought that was just sort of how the game worked. But I was playing with my partner and I realized that he's a lot better at sort of locating in a cave system, especially where he is, which is interesting because I think in real life I'm pretty good at finding things. Not always, but I've got some good strategies that don't seem applicable in Minecraft. I think because I don't have that sort of not vestibular and not tactile. I think it starts with H, but I don't know. I can't find the word right now. Haptic sense of my body. And so I don't have that sense memory because my only sense memory is visual, and I find visual sense memories to feel quite abstract in my own perception. Even though they have, not abstract, but theoretical. It's mesmerizing to me. Just the moving around. I think these new biomes they've added, you see Minecraft YouTubers talking about them, and they say, they're talked a lot about in terms of their sort of usefulness, what items they bring, what new things they bring to the game, but I'm imagining being someone who just loaded up the game for the first time, and of course you'd have a terrible time playing because so many things are just dreadfully hard to understand now. It's not very intuitive, but coming to this snowy mountain range here is just this feeling of like awe, of like you really are encountering the world. I think there is that drive for exploration in all of us. People have talked before about the sort of colonial aspects of Minecraft. And while I understand where they're coming from, I think, like, it is a very innate sort of drive to interact and to explore. And, you know, like, we all came from Africa, so anyone who's not in Africa, who left by choice, had once their ancestor had this drive to explore, presumably still in their DNA somewhere. So I think it's a very universal game. I think we just want to know. You know, we want to know about things that are important, and I'm learning how to use the water bucket to stop myself falling, but I wonder why people don't. That one was not as successful. People don't use it for climbing as much as I would expect. It's a lot less risky. Ugh, I love the under the ice. I think because I was so terrified of being trapped under the ice as a child, that doing it now is just like, you have the sense that you're sort of on the edge of the world between alive and dead. Sometimes. I'd love to do it in real life. I thought the goats hit you back or something. I mean, in real life, those guys would be all over you. I didn't know about how extensive these biomes were. Like, I walk for a long time, and it's just snow. And it made me think about living here in real life and how people choose environments like this to live in, and it's like, well, you just gotta do something, you know? You gotta live somewhere. And then here, I'd never experienced this frost effect before. I think the frost on the sides is so beautiful. And I have been thinking a lot about cold mechanics in Minecraft, but I wish that was a little more prevalent, that you could get cold and it would start hurting you after a while. Like, it's just on snow when you're without the boots. But maybe I should talk about my skin. I'm sure you've noticed my skin. See, that was fun. I wanted to go deeper into the snow. I wanted to know, does it hurt you, or does it drown you or something? But my skin I made it, and it's me with a little fig leaf, because, you know, I think more people's skins should be them naked, because that's really, like, endgame, you're gonna have armor on over top of it. So I think it's fun to, I don't know, it feels like a fun little bit of realism. I've got to close my window. Someone's playing basketball. So I decided there'll be no cuts in the video or the audio. I love that the snow, I wish the water spread out more and it could melt a lot of snow with the water, but I decided that there'll be no cuts in the video or the audio, just to finish and get it out there. Just me playing Minecraft, how I do it. I think a lot while I play about what makes Minecraft different from real life. And it might seem like an obvious question with obvious answers, but I think there's a lot to be gained from playing Minecraft as though it is a life instead of as any other video game that you sort of get good at and master and sort of learn very well. I think that a lot of the joy to be had in Minecraft is when you are sort of playing it as a method of discovery of both like the randomness and complexity of it, and also see there, I do it. That's nice. This is so fun. The jumping. I love the jumping. In the car, I figured out that if I am going over like a steep corner, not steep, but a corner swiftly, a tight corner, that I'm not driving the car, someone else is driving it, it can feel, obviously, perhaps very jarring. But if I say, wee, like I'm going on a roller coaster, it tricks or sort of reframes my thinking about it, and it becomes more enjoyable. This part, I really like. I was worried that going in the caves would not. This is me going with my little axe. Wait, just a second, sir. Let me get my axe. Kill you with. Sorry, keep you waiting. I often feel bad for the zombies because the skeletons and the creepers and spiders seem to have more autonomy, but the zombies, I'm like, I don't feel like that would be their choice. I feel like they're on my side more. Maybe it's because of their more humanoid appearances. Or just because of how... Anyways, I thought the cave... That was a creeper I didn't see. This was at the point where I was like, okay, maybe that was a sign that I should get more prepared to be in this cave right now. But I think then I was like, no, we're good, we're chill. Oh, God. The distractions in my train of thought. But I think it's normal to get distracted when you're talking for a long time. I think people say ADHD a lot, and I am diagnosed with ADHD, but I'd like more data on different people just talking for an extended period of time over footage of them doing something, and they just have to keep going, like way past the time that they would want it to, and just see sort of what happens. But I thought that being in this cave wouldn't look nice, but I actually like the energy here of it's not as intense as I thought it would be. Like, I think this is kind of a more quaint cave with the like walls it feels cozier. Some of the caves can be really cavernous, and seeing a sea of torches on the ground is never very pleasing to me. But I think, like, you know, as everyone does, they take a few years or months or however long they do break from Minecraft, and then they suddenly rediscover it with all their friends or by themselves, or, you know, whatever their habit may be. I love my armor with just the little tip of the fig leaf sticking out from the bottom. they rediscover it, and while I was doing that this time, I just hadn't played in a very long time, and I think I went through a lot of personal growth and just a willingness to be a more diverse kind of person than I had been before. Like, when I was always just very scared of fighting, which is funny because, I mean, verbally fighting in real life is very different than physically fighting. But just coming back this time and being like, you know what? I think it was an identity thing. If I'm not the fighter, I'm not the person who does the fighting. I don't have a sword. It wasn't that I was opposed to the action of fighting itself. It was, what does it mean about me if this is my role in the game? But I think I realize much more now, or I have much more of a desire to be a fully well-rounded person, and I know that I can do anything without it meaning that I am a sort of person who does that thing. And I think that that is not true for everyone. I think there are people who get more consumed by actions, and, you know, like, they might take a job at a restaurant and they think of themselves as, you know, a waiter now, and then they can kind of wake up in a few years and realize that they didn't question the assumption that that's what they should be doing, or part of who they were. But I think I trust myself a little more now, that I won't, and that I'm capable, that I can do things without getting upset by them. I can be quite a sensitive person, as we all can, but I think I notice a lot when something is creating sort of a negative, I want to say aesthetic, but it's like an aesthetic to feelings, deeper than just being happy or sad and not liking the negative feelings, but the feeling of having negative feelings or positive feelings at certain times that sort of correlate, or the feeling in your body being interesting. Like how we don't always want art that makes us happy, but we don't want art that makes us just like painfully miserable in a boring way. There's an aesthetic to the type of misery we enjoy. And I think the type of misery that you gravitate to can say a lot about you as a person. I think we've pathologized that in certain ways, like, oh, I always choose a certain type of guy is a very common thing, or girl, or whoever you like, but that sort of reflects sort of negatively about in the character of the people you choose, whatever personality trait they have that is undesirable but is to you desirable. I think we find a lot of negatives in that. Here I decided this area was giving me such Sound of Music energy, just on the hill, but yeah, I've just been feeling very indecisive lately about where I'm going to put my house and what the house is going to look like. I think because I know a lot more now how difficult it actually is to make a base that feels functional and is, like, I can make it beautiful, but making it useful in the right way is difficult. I almost want someone more singular-minded to sort of plan out an ugly skeleton of a pathfinding route to, you know, this is how big the chest room needs to be, and this is where it needs to be relative to the nether portal and all that stuff, and then I can sort of take that and go, okay, so here's my brief. What am I going to do with it? But anyways, pathologizing negative traits in partners that we choose. I think we all enjoy feeling miserable in some ways, and that is part of the incredible beauty of experience, is its richness. And I think it's important that we reflect on the negative qualities in the people that we choose, but the idea that we should love perfect people, I think that would be a very boring and very strange and lonely world to live in. People are a lot like art pieces when you love them. Where, you know, there's this idea that true love is to simply delight in the perception and experience of the other person. And that is very much an artistic phenomenon to accept and give yourself over to the experience of something in all its richness, not just the parts that can give you some benefit, some secondary benefit. The benefit of the art of the person is in the primary experience of see, I'm making the house here, and I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I'll just finish something. I'll just make it. But I just find it hard in myself when I know that this is not the final product, to make a final product. And then what I end up doing all the time is I leave the chest out and the bed out in the middle of the forest while I'm building my massive house, you know, off to the side somewhere. And then everything's fine because it's actually quite easy to sleep in the middle of nowhere without a house in Minecraft, as long as you keep your wits about you. But eventually a creeper comes along and blows up my chest, and that creates some annoyance. We're getting to the end here, and so the thing that I will really have finished is the video, which I will be proud of myself for. So I didn't end up making a house, I ended up just making a little storage area safe from creepers. I don't know if I'll continue with this world. The next video will definitely be with a friend. I think with a friend is always a nice thing. I realize it's nicer to come into the middle of something than start out at the beginning. To have that feeling that you're being held, that the person is capable. I think both are good, but I want to give you the feeling that I know what I'm doing and I'm sharing something with you that I know will be worth it. have a lovely day. I hope this has been worth it in some way.